Hello people of the internet, yep, still not an Englishman, still babbling on about film, and recently I went to the BFI IMAX here in London to watch the Dark Knight Trilogy marathon, so all three of the films shown back to back, about 9 hours, 9.5, and this video is about what I've learned. Just a quick disclaimer before I begin, I have not been paid by either BFI or IMAX or anyone for that matter to make this video. But if anyone wants to pay any of my future videos, I have absolutely no problems of selling myself out. Honestly, no problems at all. Yeah, seriously, this is a 9-hour marathon, and the last time I sat for 9 hours straight in the same seat I woke up in Thailand. Anyway, the first two films were amazing, we all had a blast, but then kind of 1/3 into the third one, your ass starts complaining, your back starts complaining, your brain starts complaining, your eyes hurt, your ears start to ache a bit because it's just too much. You know, you sit there for such a long time and you're exposed to all these emotions and all the sound effects and all the video effects, and everything is so big and massive, and we're just not made to be able to have so much intake in such little time. A while ago I did a Godfather trilogy marathon at home, and it was a 3-day marathon, which meant that each evening I watched one of the Godfathers, and that is perfect because you can go to sleep. I mean, you should go to sleep and then you think about it and you sleep over it, and then maybe you read something about it or you watch a video, you might write some things down, there's things that you've noticed, and then you watch the next one and you see how much the filmmaker has progressed, how much the actors have progressed, how much the characters have changed, and then you watch the third one and so on. And that's the way I would suggest you do a film marathon. I think just recently in the US, one cinema had a Marvel superhero marathon, so they showed all 21 films back to back, which I think was just about 40 hours. And here in London, just very recently, they had Harry Potter Ultimate Marathon, so they showed all 8 Harry Potter films back to back, and I think it took just shy of 20 hours. 2 words: personal hygiene. I mean, come on, there's so many people in one room, all sitting, everything gets As I've already mentioned, the cinema I went to is the BFI IMAX, which also just happens to be the biggest screen in Great Britain. And these films, the Dark Knight Trilogy, they were made for this screen. And about 10 minutes into the first film, I had a very unexpected emotional reaction. And it had absolutely nothing to do with the film or the premise of the film or the characters or anything. Just the fact that I was sitting in this cinema in front of this massive screen and looking up at these faces that are bigger than life and all the sound effects, and it just made me realize how much I really love and miss cinema. I know this sounds a bit ridiculous now that I've said it, but it's true. It was a very honest, and it kind of got me almost to tears. It was a very honest moment for me. You sit in a movie and it just conjures up all these things, and I'm not gonna say it's magic because it just sounds stupid, but it kind of is. And yes, there is a difference between a film that's been shot on film and a film that's been shot on digital. Oh yes. Somehow I didn't find Bane either dangerous or scary or anything in that direction, because it's just a pile of muscles with 2 eyes. And if I can't see the face, I cannot relate to the emotions, I can't see what this character is going through. And it didn't work for the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, and it didn't work for Bane either. But anyway, if you're gonna make superhero films, please uncover the faces. Again, if you're gonna make superhero films, that is. Because the first and the second Dark Knight films have a very simple premise, and then the third one, whew. So first the Catwoman steals a fingerprint which she then sells to another guy, which actually works for Bane, which then uses this fingerprint in the stock market to sell Bruce Wayne's share of the company, or to just like throw up the whole stock market. And for some reason, this thing, whatever they're doing takes a lot of time, so they need to try one bike, and then Batman's come back, and then they hijack a movie device, which can only be out of this by a guy who was fighting in the film, taken to whatever, and his blood was, I mean, it's, wow. And it's hard to watch a film for 3 hours with so many plots and subplots going on and then putting one and one together. Now, I know this is an extreme case because I've watched all 3 of them, you know, back to back, and by this time I was quite caffeine infused and my eyes were pretty tired and my brains were slowly shutting themselves off. But still, I think when it comes to superhero films or comic films or whatever you want to call them, it's how the character, so the main hero, deals with the world and his obstacles and eventually the villain, and then how the villain develops and how he goes about his story. This is the stuff that makes the thing interesting. Don't overcomplicate the plot. And then, as if this isn't enough, you sit through almost 3 hours of a film and you boggle your mind around everything that's going on, and then you get rewarded with this and this. I mean, if you're gonna make your audience invest so much emotions and energy and, I don't know, brain time or whatever, then you have to pay them off, you have to reward them. Look at, for instance, the Inglourious Basterds. There, every single scene has a reward at the end, and it just keeps getting better and better and better until you try saying better 3 times, one after another. Until right in the end we get the ultimate payoff.
Say auf Wiedersehen to your Nazi boss.
Cinemas aren't the most humid places in the world, so you might want to get hydrated, but it's kind of a catch-22 that because the more you drink, the more you want to piss, and if you add caffeine to that, and being the cinema, it's not the best situation in the world. I'm just realizing that this is starting to turn into a very, very niche tutorial on how to survive movie marathons. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, make sure you have some water with you, and make sure you go to the toilet just before the film starts, like 3 minutes before it starts, because otherwise 1.5 hours into the film, just when it gets interesting, you'll want to go out. Not that I've been through this, but a friend told me who knows a guy who used to. So to conclude this video, whatever it is becoming, I don't think I will go to a cinema marathon again. Unless it's a double bill, so 2 films back to back, that's doable. The 3rd one, no. But I'm kind of glad I did it, and I would encourage you to go as well. Just, you know, if nothing else, you have the badge, I did it, and then when you go to a party, you can boast about the fact to everyone, and then just watch as people slowly walk away from you. But even if you think that this video is complete rubbish and it just mumbo jumbo and bumbling about cinema and whatever, if nothing else, just try and go to the cinema regularly, because that's how the films were made to be seen. That's the only true and proper way to watch a film, to be completely immersed and to just be overwhelmed by this unreal reality, or however you want to call it, and also to support the filmmakers. Thank you very much for watching. We survived through this strange video. Go gently on that like button and on that red button that says subscribe, because just, I don't know, maybe because in the previous video I said I will trim the beard for the next one, and I have. So this just goes on to show you that I'm a man who keeps his promises. Anyway, thanks for watching.